Welcome to 10 reasons why Dragonball Absalon is better than Dragonball Super. And in today's video, I am going to be hitting key points as to what makes the story of Dragonball Absalon far more interesting and endearing than the story of Dragon Ball Super or the things that happen in Dragon Ball Super, and why the Dragon Ball fan community has really taken a liking to Dragon Ball Absalon as opposed to DBS. Now, even though this video is going to spark controversy and conversation in the Dragon Ball Super community, it's not meant to deter anyone from liking what you like and pushing people away from liking Dragon Ball fan projects, because I still like Dragon Ball Super. I like the Moro arc, and I also like Granola. I mean, Goku Black is a cool story. I definitely enjoyed that. There are aspects of Super that I really love, so this video is not meant to dog on Dragon Ball Super, but instead put a spotlight on some of the failings of Dragon Ball Super, while also showing people who want to make their own Dragon Ball fan stories what you need to do and what points you need to hit to make an entertaining Dragon Ball fan project. So before I jump into the very first top 10 video that I've ever had on this channel, I want to ask you guys what you like about Dragon Ball Absalon the best and what it compares to when it comes to Dragon Ball Super. Do you guys like Absalon better? Do you like Super better? And if you like Super better, tell me why. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and start out with number 10. So all 10 of these points are meant to be the most important aspects of Absalon compared to Dragon Ball Super and how Absalon does them awesome, but as you get closer to number 1, those are the most important to me. And so at number 10, I have a very simple one, and that is the fact that Dragon Ball Absalon takes place after all of Dragon Ball Z. It's not in between like Boo and then the end of Z, like how weird that Dragon Ball Super decision came out to be, where now we kind of know where the story needs to go unless they're going to change the ending of Z to fit what we've already seen with Whis, Moro, the Angels, all that kind of stuff. It's really confusing the way that Dragon Ball Super did it, but Dragon Ball Absalon is very simple. It takes place after Dragon Ball GT, and that's basically it, point blank period. Nothing else to really infer on that, and that is what gives it a leg up on Dragon Ball Super. At number 9, we have a mystic explanation. So in one of the episodes, we get an explanation as to what the mystic form is for Gohan, why it does what it does, and how Gohan could possibly become one of the most powerful characters in Dragon Ball Absalon or even Dragon Ball Z. And so essentially this form makes it so instead of Gohan gaining his strength and his power from subsequent transformations, it essentially just draws the ki from his surrounding areas, from other people, from the floor, from the trees, almost like he's his own spirit bomb, making him far more powerful and giving him the strength and ki he needs, almost like a Gohan fused with Moro. Now, at the time of Dragon Ball Absalon, Gohan doesn't understand that that's what Mystic does or what it should do, but the villain sees clearly that is what the Mystic transformation is meant to do. And so I like that this explanation exists, because in Dragon Ball Super we get still no explanation as to what Mystic is, and it could be powerful, it could not be powerful, it could be strong, could not be strong. It isn't very clear as to what it is, and I like that at minimum Absalon gave us an explanation. At number 8, we have Pan. Pan in Dragon Ball Absalon is an adult now. She is married to Oob, or Majuub, and she has children, and that doesn't mean that deters her from becoming a fighter or a martial artist. She is one of the strongest warriors on the planet, and she even takes on an Absalon general on her own, doing really good against him for a little while before he gets the upper hand by going into Super Saiyan 4, an ability that as of yet she has access to. That is something that I always wanted to see. I wanted to see Pan kind of grow into her own and become far more powerful. Unfortunately for Dragon Ball Super, they went completely nuts with it and had her be a baby flying around, flying into space, doing a bunch of crazy things. And to me, they almost made Pan into a Rayleigh. They kind of dipped her toes in that water, that I can do whatever I want kind of gag character water, which I honestly do not like. And that is another point to Dragon Ball Absalon. Number 7, the Time Patrollers exist. This one's a number 7 because of how cool the concept is, and it's also a number 7 because of the fact that I can't believe Super hasn't done anything with the Time Patrollers, seeing as how they are super important in Heroes, they are super important in Xenoverse, and in those stories they have such a huge control over where the story goes. They are part of the main continuity, but in Super it's like we are meant to just ignore the fact that they exist, or they don't exist at all. In Dragon Ball Absalon, it is very clear that they are essentially time cops, and not only do we get Time Patroller Trunks, who is a lot older, but we do get his version of Gohan with Time Patroller Gohan, who has a metal arm, who I'm assuming at some point Trunks nabbed him out of time before he could be killed, got him into the Time Patroller, gave him a robotic arm, and now he is part of the team. It is definitely really cool to see this aspect in a Dragon Ball fan animation, because not all of them, even in fan mangas, they don't really talk about the Time Patrollers that much, and I definitely got to give Absalon props for talking about the Time Patrollers. Number 6, we have Oob. Any story that does Oob even better than what we saw in Dragon Ball GT, it always gets a point from me. I personally don't like Oob in GT at all. I don't like his characterization. I don't like who he becomes. I don't like how shallow and hollow he feels. I don't like that he really fuses with a character that I find much more interesting, which is Fat Boo. I don't like any of that kind of stuff in Dragon Ball GT, so it is a very low bar to cross, and a lot of stories have had Oob in it. And the main fact is that Oob is a Majin. That is part of who he is. That is part of who I want him to become, and both Deliverance and Absalon do a great job showcasing that he is completely different than any other Earthling, and Absalon itself shows that Oob is essentially Majuub, and Boo is residing inside of him, similar to Naruto and Kyuubi's relationship. So I definitely appreciate that they decided to go that direction, and that is why it gets number 6. Number 5, Classic Saiyans. So this is a little bit in the middle because I am about to dog on something that I kind of like, but at the same time I realize it's failing. So in Dragon Ball Minus, we get the story of the Saiyans. We get to meet brand new Saiyans. We get to see some older Saiyans, but we don't really get to see the ones from Dragon Ball Z. We get to see like Saiyans that really remind us of Earthlings and the way that Vegeta and Goku are, and they aren't as brutal as you would think. They aren't as vicious as you would think, and they don't really look like Saiyans like the ones that we seen even in the Bardock special. We've seen some that actually look very primate-ish, very Neanderthalish, and we don't really get that. But in Dragon Ball Absalon, we get an entire society of Saiyans, and they have brand new abilities. They have taken Super Saiyan 4 to its limits, and they are all those primate-style Saiyans from the Bardock special. Now, I like Dragon Ball Minus, but I realize that it definitely softens the Saiyans like considerably. So seeing like these type of brutish Saiyans again, like Nappa and a couple other characters that we got to see in the background of the Bardock special, it definitely fills me with joy to see that in Dragon Ball Absalon. Number 4, Super Saiyan God Power. So there is a clear distinction in Dragon Ball Absalon as to who is powerful, who is not powerful, and each form has its own function, as opposed to Dragon Ball Super, and that's the reason this got number 3, where Dragon Ball Super, all the forms basically get erased by the next one, and the next one, and the next one, where Super Saiyan Blue doesn't mean anything anymore, because we have Ultra Instinct, where Goku can go into Ultra Instinct at his own free will, essentially, and now he's training to harness that into something stronger. Vegeta is going into this God form, so these higher up forms, Vegeta and Goku are getting to ridiculous levels of power, and I'm so glad to see that Absalon realizes this. Brings us to the secondary characters who are starting to gain these abilities like Pan, and then have them fight against these characters that are way stronger than them, but have them win every once in a while. So I definitely like that the way that they did it in Dragon Ball Absalon better than Dragon Ball Super. Plus, I give Dragon Ball Absalon credit for being not only the first instance that we see any Super Saiyan Blue whatsoever, even from Dragon Ball Super, but at the same time having the first combination of Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan 4, which is something that we've only really seen in Young GG's Goku Black versus GT Goku Dragon Ball fan fan manga, so I gotta give them props for that as well. Number 3, Advanced Potara. So in the last episode of Dragon Ball Absalon, we get the fact that there are different other Potaras out there that have been created, and they all have different functions, they have different characteristics. They can fuse you permanently as long as you have the earrings on, but if you remove the earrings, they separate you. Some Potara make it so the most powerful aspect of the fusion gets enhanced instead of nerfed. So essentially, if Goku fused with Chaozu or Goku fused with Hercule, it doesn't make it so the fusion is weaker, it just makes it so it is stronger because Goku is strong. Get what I'm saying? So it doesn't have any down effects, basically no bad side effects, as opposed to in Dragon Ball Super, where Potara has been used a lot, but it is still not only the same Potara that we've seen in Dragon Ball Z, but has a stupid explanation as to who can be permanently fused or not, and how long the Potara actually goes for, and if you use more power it gets shorter, and it just is really confusing. There isn't any guidelines to it, when in Dragon Ball Absalon you have these Potara that absolutely have guidelines to them. Number 2, Goku and Vegeta's reunion. This is also at the end of the last episode of Dragon Ball Absalon, and to me it gets this high because it is one of the key notes, one of the best things that I've seen in Absalon, because it is essentially Vegeta, after many years of being alone, traveling the universe and training, trying to get stronger on his own, fighting other alien civilizations. He has basically never thought of Goku at all. He has forsaken Goku to being gone with Shenron, because Goku didn't die at the end of Dragon Ball GT. He just kind of left with Shenron. There was a finality to that ending, that Goku wasn't going to be there anymore, and that is permeated throughout all of Absalon, where you really forget that Goku is even in the show until the very end, where you get to see that Goku comes back. He's gonna get the earrings and he's gonna fuse with Vegeta, and when we get to see Vegeta's reaction to Goku and their reunion, it is extremely and weirdly touching, because Vegeta did not expect to see Goku ever again, and I've always wanted to see GT Goku come back to see his family yet again in say a fan story or whatever, and this gave me what I wanted, so that is why it makes it number 2 on the list. Number 1 goes to World Ender Vegeta. This is the Vegeta that I have dubbed as World Ender, because in Dragon Ball Absalon, after Goku left with Shenron, there was nothing keeping Vegeta there, not even his family. Goku's gone. His access to getting more power is gone because that was his main rival, so he decides to go throughout the cosmos and basically fight aliens. Now, it is unclear whether he's fighting bad aliens as opposed to good aliens, but he is seen just fighting aliens and, you know, fighting on separate worlds, traveling the cosmos, and becoming more and more powerful, honing his skills not only in Super Saiyan 3 but also in Super Saiyan 4, to the point where he's got almost a quasi Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4 hybrid state, where his Super Saiyan 4 looks like a Super Saiyan 3, and I'm 100% down for that. As a Vegeta fan, I love this version of Vegeta, a Vegeta that is essentially very similar to the one we got at the beginning of the Saiyan saga, where he's traveling the cosmos with Nappa, just destroying worlds. He's doing essentially the exact same thing here in this World Ender status, and because of it, because of his training at that point in time, he is now stronger than Goku, because Goku is nerfed by the Dragon Balls to an extent. So this is my number 1 change for Vegeta, seeing as how Vegeta has been completely shafted in Dragon Ball Super so many times. It is exhausting to even think about. It is ridiculous, it is disgusting, and I hate it. And I'm hoping that in the next arc, Granola, it focuses mainly on him, since he is the closest thing to the Saiyan race, you know, with his heritage and the attitude he has toward it. So I'm hoping that that is the case, but we could also get shafted again, so I'm glad that Absalon gives some sort of sauce to Vegeta, making him the more powerful character and giving him a really cool and interesting story. Anyway guys, that was my top 10 reasons why Dragon Ball Absalon is better than Dragon Ball Super. Let me know in the comments below if you guys agree or disagree with any of them, and if this video does well, I will do more on other Dragon Ball fan mangas and Dragon Ball fan animations out there, giving you reasons why I like them better than Dragon Ball Super. Super, seeing as how I hated the ending of the Tournament of Power and Dragon Ball Super's anime so much that that was the catalyst for me to even jump into Dragon Ball fan mangas and fan animations and stuff. So I think this is just me spelling out the reasons why this channel even exists to begin with. Thank you so much for your comments, guys. This is going to be BlackScape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content.